What's going on, people? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. This is Stockholm Gunnar, and this is the weekly transfer rumor show. This is the show where we'll be talking about all the rumors we've been hearing during the week, right? And we're gonna go through a couple of those stories. There are a couple of things I want to talk about regarding these stories, and I also want to talk about the fact that the pace that we are currently doing our transfers, right? The way Arteta and Bertha are actually doing things in their own pace. There are a couple of stories which I do not agree with. They shouldn't go for those, and there's other things which I agree with. So we're gonna start with the first story, which is Takehiro Tomiyasu. Takehiro Tomiyasu is leaving us. He is without a contract. The contract has been terminated on a mutual consent. I personally think the Japanese defender was amazing defender for us. He has been doing very well for us during the time that he was fit. Unfortunately, the guy could not get rid of those injuries. He's been injury prone, and that's the only problem with the guy. And I personally think he was one of those good defenders, one of those defenders I really liked, right? That is Takehiro Tomiyasu, and I think personally that if he didn't get those injuries, he would have been one of those very good defenders for us, right? Because every time he came into the field and he was actually playing in the game times, right, he has been very good for us. He has been very good for us. Do you guys remember the fact that the day that we played against Liverpool, the way he handled Mo Salah? I think that was brilliant from Takehiro Tomiyasu, and that's the reason why I say he is a very good defender. Now, I wish him the best of luck wherever he goes, and I'm actually gonna follow him and see where he will actually end up. I think what a team will pick him up. And they will offer him a contract. And I hope that he comes back strong and re-kickstarts his career all over again. I really hope the best for the guy. I think he is a brilliant player. I really do think so. When he is fit, that's what I think. The other thing is that Bertha and Arteta has been doing things in their own pace, right? And the fact that they've been doing things in their own pace, it feels like that. They think that they can get whoever they want, whoever they decide to go get. They think they can get those players, and whether that should worry me or not is something I'm not too sure about how I feel about it, right? But however, there are a couple of stories where I thought they shouldn't go for, like the next story, which is this guy, Madueke. Fabrizio Romano tweeted this one, and he has said Arsenal has basically preparing a bid for Nune Madueke after an agreement with the player has been agreed, right? Personal terms has been agreed. Now, do I think this is a good signing if they do go and get him? No, I do not think so. I really do not think so. I think this is one of those players who hasn't really shown that he is a quality player, and I do not want him in Arsenal. I really do not want him in Arsenal. What I have seen of him when he plays for Chelsea, I don't think he is technically sound. He's quick, right? And most of the times I see him losing the ball quite easily, and he doesn't do a lot of backtracking. He doesn't do a lot of helping out the defenders, right? And I don't think he would be a perfect suit for us. I really do not think so. So personally, I do not want this guy in Arsenal. I really don't. but I don't see what this looks to me like it is an Arteta that's pushing for this one. Bertha, he's a little bit more crude, he's a little bit more intelligent, right? And I think it's Arteta who said, you know, this is the guy that I want to go over there and get this deal done for us. And now they have just literally, just basically had an agreement between the player and the club, right? Personal terms. Now, the fact that they're gonna go and make a bid for him, that is worrying sign for me. That is worrying sign for me. I do not want him in our club. I don't think he is a good player at all. What I've seen of him in Chelsea, I don't think he is that good. And what's gonna happen if he comes in? He's a young guy. What's gonna happen to Nauri? What is gonna happen to Nauri? You guys remember the way Arteta dealt with Nauri last season, right? He didn't get that many game times, and obviously Nauri wants game times. He wants game times. So will he take the spot? I mean, they're saying that he's going to be the backup for Bukayo Saka. He will be the backup for Bukayo Saka. Now, I personally thought it was Nauri that was going to be the backup for Bukayo Saka. Now, why are they going to go get Madueke? Why? Unless Arteta is thinking maybe Nauri will be an excellent understudy for Martin Odegaard. That could be it. That could be it as well. Maybe they're thinking that he should be the backup for Martin Odegaard because the boy got talent. He really got talent. And now he is the next story that I want to talk about as well, because I'm not too sure what's gonna happen when if Madueke comes in, because I personally thought, like I said, I really thought that Nauri was going to be the backup for Bukayo Saka. Now, if he is the backup for Martin Odegaard, that is brilliant because he can learn, and I think he got most of the technical abilities, and the only thing that's missing from him is those key passes that he should learn to thread through the defenders, right? Because his crosses are very good and he's able to dribble past his opponent. He's easily dribbled past his opponents and he takes the shot. He got a good left foot. He really does got good left foot. So is this something Arteta is thinking maybe he will be the perfect backup for Martin Odegaard? I'm not too sure. But now really he's basically got one more year left on his contract, and we need to tie him down. And we need to make sure that he signs the contract. But he has conditions. He's saying basically that I want a guaranteed game times. I really want guaranteed game times, and it is understandable. He's a very young, talented player, and he wants to make he wants to make impact into the team. So therefore, he will ask for game time. And I personally didn't like the fact that Arteta did not give him that much of a game time, right? And he should have. Instead of playing, you guys remember, he played Raheem Sterling a couple of times, despite the fact that Nauri was there. He put him on the bench and he didn't give him the chances, right? So that could have pissed Nauri off and maybe have made him unsure whether Arsenal is the club for him. So that is a problem. If that's the case, that it will be a problem, because any young talent player would want to have game time, and he wants to feel that the manager got his backing and he will basically throw him through the team. So therefore he will get more game times, right? Especially on the Carabao Cups, the FA Cups, right? On the games that we play, on the teams that is on the lower side of the table, right? Those games he should play. The big games, yes, you want to have your starting 11, your A team, but the youngster is a very talented youngster, and he should definitely get more playing time. That is what I personally think about Nariri, and I think he will grow into becoming into a very, very good player, provided that he gets the right environment and develops into a beautiful footballer. He will definitely develop into a beautiful footballer. The next story that I want to talk about is Rodrigo. Like I said, these are the stories, that the rumors that we've been hearing, and some of them are real stuff, and some of them are just the rumors, right? The fact that Rodrigo was on the bench for the fourth consecutive game at the Club World Cup, right, for Real Madrid. That does not look good for the guy in Real Madrid, right? So therefore, this could be the sign of him exiting Real Madrid, and we definitely want to have this guy. We want to sign him. So therefore, if he comes over to Arsenal, we will welcome him with open arms, right? And he will definitely become one of those main players, the main guys in Arsenal. The next tweet is also tweet from for Rodrigo, I should say, and Rodrigo has told potential suitors that his absolute priority is to play in the Premier League, specifically for Arsenal. That is what he has said. Now that gives me a confidence that if he's gonna leave Real Madrid, he will come to us. He will definitely come to us, right? Because that's the club that he wants to go to, and that is a very good news for Arsenal. That is definitely a very good news for Arsenal. There's one thing about Rodrigo, though. There's one thing about Rodrigo that when he plays, he has times where he doesn't perform, and when he doesn't perform, he tends to be out of the game, right? And that is worrying. That is worrying, because you do want the guy performing all the time, right? Because we do have a brilliant right winger, Bukayo Saka, and we want as brilliant left winger as well. But on the days that he's performing, the days that he's doing his thing, he is among the top players in the world. He really is among the top players in the world. I really do think so. Now, can we get him? Let's hope so. Let's hope so. I really hope so. And the thing is that if it does come to Arsenal, now, that would be a very dangerous. Front three. Now, let me put it this way: if we do get Rodrigo and we get Victor Gyökeres, right? And then we have Bukayo Saka. I've been saying this for a while as well. Those three front guys would trouble any team in the world. They really would. So he's a brilliant player. We do want him in Arsenal, right? And hopefully he will come over and become part of the Arsenal Football Club. The next tweet. This is about Victor Gyökeres. Mikel Arteta has reportedly set a deadline of less than 2 weeks for the club to finalize a deal for Victor Gyökeres. Arteta wants clarity on the transfer by mid-July, ideally before Arsenal's pre-season tour. Now, you should have done this long time ago. You should have done this in the middle of June. You should have done that. Why? Because this saga between Victor Gyökeres and Benjamin Sesko is a saga I think is needless. It really is a needless. Like I said many times in my other videos, right? Victor Gyökeres is the better player. He is the better player, and he's the better striker. Basically, he is the better striker. He's the one that he's been banging in the goals, right? He's the bagsman, and you do want a striker that is in form. He is in his prime, right? I don't see what Arteta sees in Benjamin Sesko. I really don't. Haven't seen Victor Gyökeres play for Sporting Lisbon in the Champions League, right? In the European League, and also the Swedish national team as well. I think he is a very good striker. I really do think so. He has pace, he has strength, he's technically sound, right? And he can score goals. He really can score goals. That's what I think about Victor Gyökeres. I think he is a brilliant player. He is definitely a good striker. Now, the fact that he set the deadline is good. That will put a little bit of pressure on Bertha to get a deal done for this guy. And obviously, Sporting Lisbon had set a price. This is the next tweet. Talking Sport has reported on this one. Sporting Lisbon accepts bonus for Victor Gyökeres, right? The price set by the Lioness administration for the goal scorer's departure. 80 million can realistically happen through objectives, right? 70 million fixed plus 10 million adds on. That is what Sporting Lisbon wants, according to Talking Sport, right? Now, since they have put the price, I know Bertha is a good negotiator, and he would want to have that price coming down a little bit further down, right? But that is what was expected from Sporting Lisbon. They do not want to sell this guy for 60 million. They really don't want to sell him for 60 million. They want to have that money that they actually set their mind to, and they're probably gonna get it. They're probably gonna get it. Now, imagine if we did get Victor Gyökeres, we did get what's his name, Rodrigo, right? And also put him in the mixed Eberici Essie. Now, that would be a very, very good team for next season. That would be a very good team for the next season. Number one, I think Essie can play in the left wings if he needs to, but ideally he will play in that number 8 role, right? But the question will be, who do you bench then? Who do you bench? Because you do have Zubimendi and Declan Rice. And I don't think Mikel Arteta will bench either of them, right? He probably his starting 11 in that midfield will be Zubimendi, Declan Rice, and Martin Ødegaard. Now, is he going to come in and be the backup for Martin Ødegaard? I don't think so. I think Essie wants to come in, and he wants to basically start from the get-go and want to become one of those starting 11 for Arsenal, right? That is what Essie wants. Now, if Arteta says you're going to be the backup for Martin Ødegaard, I don't think we're going to get Essie. Now, it would be very intriguing to see, though, Essie, Martin Ødegaard, and number 6, either Supermende or Declan Rice. Those two, Essie and Martin Ødegaard, would give us a very, very nice creative midfield, right? And they could destroy teams with their ability of passing through the lines. And I think it will be scary for a lot of teams to have those two coming against them, Those two are players that are capable of putting those passes through the defense, and get you something, right? They can thread those passes through to Bukayo Saka. If we get Victor Gyökeres, then he will be the number 9, and if we do get Rodrigo, he will be the left winger, right? They can get those passes through. I think it would be very, very nice to have Essie. I really do think so. But the question is, would he come to Arsenal? It has been said that he wants to come to Arsenal. That is the priority team that he wants to go to. But the issue will be the game time for the guy. There will be the game time for the guy. Unless we don't get Rodrigo at all and we play Essie as that left winger, then he can come into his right foot and take those shots, because Essie is very good on the ball. He can dribble past players and he can cross those balls and he can pass a good pass as well. So that is Essie, and that's all I had basically, and that is basically what I had in mind for this short stream, and that was just basically to test out and just to see how it will fare on the YouTube basically. But anyway, that's all I had for this week, and hopefully I will be back for next week for more transfer rumors show, right? Let's hope so. Now, I wish you best of luck. For you guys who's new to the channel, right? Subscribe to the channel, smash the like for the video.